Hello, my name is Peyton Quillen, and this is a presentation for criminal justice and the ethics system for my summer 2026 course. Today I'll be discussing the ethical dilemma surrounding the death of George Floyd and the actions of former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin. This case raised important ethical questions about the police use of force, professional responsibility, and public trust in the criminal justice system. Today I'll be analyzing the case using deontological ethics, which focuses on moral duties and following ethical rules regardless of the outcome. My description of this ethical dilemma. On May 25th, 2020, Minneapolis police officers responded to a call that George Floyd had allegedly used a counterfeit $20 bill. During the arrest, Derek Chauvin knelt on George Floyd's neck for more than 9 minutes while George Floyd repeatedly said he could not breathe. Bystanders urged the officer to stop, but restraint continued until George Floyd was unresponsive. He was later pronounced dead. Chauvin was convicted of second-degree murder, second-degree unintentional murder, third-degree murder, and second-degree manslaughter. The ethical dilemma in this case involves an officer's duty to enforce the law while also protecting life and the constitutional rights of the person being arrested. Police officers are often expected to use only the amount of force that's necessary to provide medical assistance when someone is in distress. The actions taken in this case created a conflict between using authority and respecting human dignity. The theory application. Deontological ethics, developed by philosopher Immanuel Kant, urges that people should act accordingly to moral duties and ethical rules, regardless of consequences. In criminal justice, this means officers have a duty to protect life, treat every person fairly, and follow department policies and the law. From a deontological perspective, Derek Chauvin's actions were unethical because he failed to uphold these professional duties. Even if officers believed George Floyd had committed a crime, they still had an ethical obligation to use reasonable force and respond when Floyd showed signs of medical distress. Continuing the restraint after Floyd became unresponsive violated the officer's duty to protect human life. According to the deontological ethics, the ethically correct action would have been to stop using force once Floyd was restrained, check his condition, and give him the medical care that he needed in that moment. The ethical reasoning. This case demonstrates conflicting values between maintaining public safety and providing individual rights. While police officers must enforce the law, they have to be professional and they have to have a professional responsibility to preserve life and respect everybody's dignity. The decision in this case involving George Floyd reflected an emphasis on authority rather than ethical duty. Under deontological ethics, moral duties should never be ignored, even when an officer is trying to control a situation. This case also relates to procedural justice, which emphasizes fairness, transparency, and treating people with respect. When officers fail to follow ethical standards, public confidence in law enforcement decreases. After George Floyd's death, millions of people participated in protests across the United States and around the world, demonstrating how ethical failures can damage trust in the criminal justice system. My reflection of this case is that it taught me that ethics are just as important as laws and criminal justice, and police officers are given a significant authority, but they must exercise that authority responsibly and professionally and not letting their ego take over. Following ethical principles helps protect the rights of individuals while maintaining public confidence in law enforcement. I also learned that deontological ethics reminds criminal justice professionals that some duties, like protecting life, treating people fairly, and respecting human dignity, should never be ignored, regardless of what the situation circumstance is. Cases like George Floyd's show why ethics, accountability, and professional responsibility are essential in an effective criminal justice system. Thank you.